Howdy folks, Bonnie52, hope you are well. Does it get any better than being here and riding on my 2018 ultralimited? And I am here just really for two reasons. One, so I could take a ride, and number two, so I could try out and demo this Tallboy seat. Stay tuned, I'll give you my first impressions. Alrighty, folks, let's talk about this Tallboy seat that I now have on my 2018 ultralimited. It is a demo right now, so thought I'd get it out here on the freeway a little bit and kind of check it out. So I'll tell you, my first impressions when I sat on the bike was, oh, this is it. This is the seat. And I'll tell you why. Those first impressions really were because I was sitting what I consider so much further back. So I am 6'3"-ish. And, you know, as soon as I sat on the bike, I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. I mean, I will even tell you my foot pegs at times on my stock seat do not feel... I still feel like I'm kind of too forward on the bike. So instead of putting my foot on them, normally what I'll do is I'll put my foot up like this, right, when I'm riding on the pegs. But as soon as I sat down in the seat, I'm like, hey, this is sweet, right? Now, I will tell you, when we put it on, we took the backrest off just to make it a little bit easier to, you know, they were a little busy at the dealership, and I'm like, no, leave it off, it's fine, right? So as soon as I got on it, didn't have that backrest, which I like, especially for long rides, right? Short rides probably doesn't matter as much. Mrs. Bodine, when she's on the back, doesn't really care if it's there or not. You know, I think when we first started riding, she felt it was a little bit of security, but now she doesn't really care about that stuff, right? So, or care about the seat, I should say. So as I rode it, and as I'm riding it now, I will tell you, I don't feel the cushion in it that I feel with my stock seat, to be honest. You know, I was talking to Bronco Ride, and I was going to reach out to him, but I'll hit him another time. I think he has a different type of seat, and it escapes me what it is right now. And I think he told me that it felt, you know, it still set him back because he's about my height, but it felt more cushiony and more comfortable in a stock seat. He rides a Street Glide Special, so really the same type of seat structure. So I made a stop, and I'm like, okay, so it doesn't feel as comfortable, but this leg room is incredible. I don't care. That's pretty bad, right? I'm like, I don't care. When I sat down, I'm like, this is a different bike now. I mean, this is awesome, man. I love this, right? So I made a stop, and I was thinking, I'm like, okay, well, because and I'll show you a little bit later, the back of the curvature of the seat that sits to where your butt is, right? The crack of your butt at the top. Can I say that on YouTube? I don't know. Is lower, so it feels like I have a little less support there. So I stopped and I put the backrest on. Okay, and I will tell you, now that I have the backrest on, it's not as close, but man, it does not feel as close as obviously when I have it off. Now, to me, the backrest is important, again, for long rides, but also, I'm one of those guys that can be a sloucher, so I always work on that. So sitting back up against the backrest is good, but now I felt like, and I have the backrest all the way back, by the way. I've adjusted it when I had the other one. It does not feel, it feels like I'm less cramped than I was, but doesn't feel like it was before, right? So again, my first demo impressions are, hey, this is, it definitely sits me back, feels better, feels lower to the ground, right, which is fine. A little tougher on the butt, and I've only rode 20 miles, right? A little tougher on the butt, so it's not going to get better. And then the backrest pushes it. Kind of feels like I'm pushing forward again. So I went from sitting on the bike going, this is awesome, right? I'm going to buy this, to I'm not so sure now. So what I'm thinking about doing is, I'm thinking about actually going back to the dealership, and what I'll probably do is I'll probably say, hey, I'm going to think about it. Also think about why this guy decides he thinks it's a good idea to just go ahead and pull out on me, and it'll be okay if he speeds up, so I can't eyeball him, but he's out of luck, because that's twice now, buddy, twice now. You tuned in for some road rage, didn't you? But, so now I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go back to the dealer, and I'm going to put my seat back on, right? Let me follow this lady. Boy, she's something else, isn't she? Look at that. Just flying through lights and everything. So I think I'm going to have her have them put the seat back on it, my seat. I'm not going to buy this today. I think I can get it cheaper at some other places anyway. But if this would have been perfect, I would have been riding home on this. But what I may do is I'm just going to ride home with my seat minus the backrest and say, hey, does that feel like that pushes me back far enough to where I'm comfortable? And then maybe what I'll just do, which at the end of the day would probably cost me less money, is just ride the motorcycle without the backrest, and then when I go on long trips or something like that, throw it on, right? It's really easy to do. So I don't know, folks. Let me know what you have for a seat. I know I'm in a really nice, beautiful area. I probably should drive out of here pretty fast, but let me know what you do and what you have. What kind of seat do you have? I know I have so many people that talk about this seat and how much they love it, and I get it. I mean, especially I love it because of the, the 2 inches back that it gives me for leg room, but I'm not positive on it now. So I'd be interested to see what you have. If you've changed out your seat, especially on either an Ultra or some sort of cruiser, where you were working through the same thing with me, as you just wanted to sit a little further back on the bike. So I'll tell you what, that is it for me, folks, for the demo of the Harley Davidson Tallboy seat. So far, the results are, it's a maybe. All right. Thanks, folks, for checking in. I'll make sure to let you know what I ultimately decide, but I do know that the stock seat with the backrest is something that I'm going to have to change. All right. That is it. Have a great day. Be safe on and off the motorcycle. Make sure to check out a friend, a buddy, a sister, whoever, and make sure we're all sticking together. Thanks, everybody. Be safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.